Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Sacred Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for I genuinely appreciate you, and I will tell you why as the channeled messages come through, because there is a lot of channeled messages today. So I've written everything down, so bear with me as I process all of this and try and translate it in the most authentic way. So a lot of things have happened for the divine feminines and the divine masculines, and I feel as if there has been a massive shift from the new moon energies. So the first thing, let's just look at one thing. Yesterday's reading, if you haven't watched yesterday's reading, please do go over and listen to that first, because this is going to make a lot more sense. So that reading, bear with me, that reading was on, what was it? That was the Twin Flames Doorway to Union. So that's the video that I'm recommending you watch. Because what is ending up happening is when there were lots and lots of cards that had come out for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, alluding to the sunshine, alluding to the Emperor energies, alluding to union energies. What has happened in that time between that message and now has been incredibly significant, and I really feel it's to do with the new moon. I think it's in Virgo. Let me know if you know which new moon is in which sign at the moment. So basically, the divine feminines were given a tower moment. Now, if you're a divine feminine watching this, remember we resonate with both energies, so you may resonate with one energy over another. But bearing in mind, this energy had probably knocked you off your feet. If not, it's about to happen, because this tower moment was so unexpected, and it basically brought in more insecurities regarding you and your divine masculine. And again, take what resonates. If these messages are not for you, do not make them fit. This is for a very select amount of people. And this is why I wanted to thank you. This is thank you number 2 officially, because for those of you who are watching this, I'm really glad that I started my channel back in April and I'm able to do this for the collective. But for those of you who are listening to this, for those of you who are resonating with this, there is something unique and different about you. Because when you're listening to general readings and when you're listening to readings that have kind of like gone viral, the thing is, they're not all twin flames. And I will openly say this may be triggering for some people, but for you in my community, whenever you resonate with me, whenever you comment and you say, oh, I've resonated with this, and you're following me and subscribing, you're in this energy that I'm emanating. This energy is so freaking powerful right now that there is more and more vibration of love, and you who is listening to this are expanding this vibration of love. So every time you click into something, it's expanding the vibration you're in, right? Because I mentioned earlier in a couple of readings ago, we are mirrors, and that is another message I'm going to get to. But like I said, there's a lot of messages that I'm going to get through this channeling today. So one of them is thanking you for actually being here and vibrating on this small channel, because you're heightening this level of union. And just as an example, I commented on somebody else's tarot post. Now, I know some of you already followed them, so I'm not going to mention who it is. But when I said a hypothetical question, are you prepared? Because it followed on from my previous reading, are you prepared? And somebody wrote in, there's an if at the beginning. I would say, ready for what? Somebody else said, be ready for anything. They need to contact me. He is now a stranger. And the thing is, all of those people who replied were mirroring their energy. So it's nothing to do with me, and it's nothing to do with my message. I'm trying to think of a real example with this without swearing. Okay, let me think of this one. This is a little bit profanity, but it's not as much as I was going to do at the beginning. So somebody says, "Oh shit." It's like something really bad has happened, right? And then somebody else says, "Oh shit." As if they're celebrating something incredible. Same two words. "Oh shit." And then the other one, "Oh shit." I know you are my incredible listeners. And yeah, I'm going to big you up because I think you're friggin' amazing. You could tell the vibration between the first saying and the second saying. So what I was asked to channel today was, when we hear words, when we are triggered by somebody else's comment, and this is happening a lot on the internet. This is why sometimes they say that the social media is toxic, but I believe there is a lot of beautiful messages on social media. They just need to vibrate on your level and reach your level of vibration. So if somebody is bad mouthing somebody else and they're becoming viral because of that one thing, well, where is their energy? And who are they vibrating with? So you are listening to this and you're vibrating at a certain level of union already. So just acknowledge that. Just acknowledge how far you've come. And I am so, so, so grateful that on that message, when on that other tarot reader's reading, when I wrote that statement, one of you, you know who you are, you replied. And your response, I noticed, because you're my listener and I know you connect with me on the readings, and you comment and you like and you respond, I know for a fact that you are listening to this today, and I just want to call you out and say your comment was by far the most highest vibration than the rest of the comments who replied to my comment. And what I mean by that is your comment was so full of joy, so full of love, so full of open-hearted, ready for union vibes. And all the other like twin flames, this is not calling them out, this is just an example. All of the other comments were very negative, very superficial, very harsh, sad. It was very, I felt bad for them because I realized actually the twin flames who are in this journey, who are listening to my readings, are friggin' phenomenal. And the fact that they're vibrating on this level is another phenomenal thing. So this is where it gets a little bit mucky. When I had yesterday's reading and it says you must believe before you can see it, it was such a positive, incredible reading for both the divine masculines and feminines. It wasn't saying that this won't be easy. It's not saying that this will be super hard. It's just saying be prepared for the next thing that's coming. Be prepared. And that's what you were being called to do at the moment. Be prepared. So when the Tower card came up for the divine feminines, that was the surprise for a lot of divine feminines between that reading and this reading, and over this new moon phase, something has triggered you. Something has triggered you quite violently, not in a harsh way, but in terms of the emotions have obviously come up, or it was the feeling of, oh, I just give up, I give in, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, what is the point? Like, I'm just going to leave it. But when you were in that energy, something else shifted. And this is why we need to be conscious of our feelings, of our emotions, of our sensations. And funnily enough, some of you who have been, who are clients of mine, who know my personal channel, you know that I've written a book and is currently on Amazon right now. So I have been proofreading the physical form of my book recently. And one thing came up in one of the chapters, I think it was chapter 3. It said the woes of worrying. And I'm not going to read it out, but basically it was saying that we choose happiness. We choose what feelings we have. We choose what emotions we get to have. And it's not brushing your feelings or emotions under the carpet. What it's saying is process them, be in them, absorb them, allow them. But then you still have a choice that you can either ruminate in it or you can move forward in it. So yesterday when I was reading that, because of something that had happened, I just wasn't getting it. Because I'm reading this and I'm like, I get to choose, but the choice that I'm choosing right now is to ruminate. So what I'm getting for the collective is they're allowing themselves that time to be in the woes of worrying. But when you make a choice, when you are attracted to a specific action from your intuition, it's 11:11 just on the audio length right now. So if you are attracted to follow your intuition, to take an action, to do something, that is going to lead you to something else, right? So then later, after I journaled it all out and I kind of put all of my anger on the pages, which I tend to do sometimes, the next thing was, I have a choice here. And I went back to the book. And at one point I stopped reading because the book wasn't sympathizing. It sounds really weird. The book wasn't sympathizing with my woes. And it was like, well, it's asking me to pull myself out of it. And I don't want to pull myself out of it, damn it. This is a hard journey and my divine masculine is wherever, whatever, doing whatever. But this is an example to say that actually, when you make that shift, when you follow that intuition, when you take that inspired, aligned action, more knowledge will come to you. So later on, when I felt, okay, I journaled, I got it out my system, and then I went back to the book because I wanted to read it. I went back to the book and there was more things about how to be optimistic, how to be an optimist in your surroundings. And I wrote an excerpt of my mum giving advice. So if you want to go get that book, please do go get that book. It's called Happiness Within, a journey of reflection and self-discovery, and it's by me, Tulsi. So if you want to go investigate that, take your intuition, be guided by your own intuition. But the thing was, when you're in this sadness, when you're in these emotions, you can't be fully conscious about those signs, symbols, and synchronicities. So when I put everything on paper, I then realized actually I can choose again. What I did then was move over to my sofa and watch some tarot readings. But there was one tarot reading that came up in particular. There was one tarot reading that I really just didn't resonate with, but that was earlier. And then I realized, well, what am I resonating with? What energy am I emanating? Because that reader is literally just telling me what I wanted to hear. So for those of you who are listening to this does get better, I promise, but it's a bit of a hard-hitting tower moment for the Divine Feminines at the moment. With this new tower moment, when you've processed it, when you've got through it, when you take the inspired action, that's when more things come to you. And this is more of the channeling, because I actually asked for more channeling after that. And I just said, how can I be in line with spirit, with source? What messages do I need to receive? And this is what came up. That each time, well, first, when you met your divine masculine, that they were in the ego energy. They were in the ego mindset. That whatever they were doing was solely for them and for pleasures and for distractions. And in that energy, you saw your divine masculine for who they were. You were besotted with them. Of course you were. You were infatuated with them. There was lust and intensity and passion and joy and all of these good things. So you got swept away in this divine masculine's kind of, what I'm getting is their canoe or their boat. You just got swept away because they were like, look what I created. Come, take a ride with me. And then you kind of just got caught up in all that fantasy. And that's okay. But because the divine masculine was operating from the ego mindset, those pleasures were short. They were short-lived, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And the universe was going, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. So when the divine masculine's ego meant that things maybe got too deep, that they sabotaged, that they didn't want to get too intimate, they pushed you away, they ran away, all of these things had happened from a place of ego from the divine masculine. Because they panicked. They went away. And with this in mind, you were still in this element of, but there's something about us, there's something about you, and you couldn't shift it, divine feminines. Take the energies as they resonate. When you couldn't shift this, you knew there was something more. You knew that this person was more than what they were conveying. And I'm not saying we were idolizing them. What I'm saying is the divine feminine's soul, you may not have identified that feeling just yet as you do now. But then you were like, there's something different about you. But you couldn't quite put your finger on it. And then you got swept away, right? In all the new relationship vibe. But when they went away, you were like, well, wait a second. And then you became the chaser. They became the runner. When these things have come up, the universe has said, wait a second. It was triggering for both of you. For one of you, you were starting to become more and more awakened to this level of consciousness, to consciousness of this world, to self-love, to self-spirituality, and the world bringing in this sense of love and raising the vibration of love. So every time the divine masculine would go seek something else, go for another distraction, or go back to a karmic partner, whatever it was, they would backfire. And the universe was doing this on purpose because they needed to keep pushing out of that ego. And then when you end up going through a tower moment, divine feminines, there's an ego in you pushing you to give up. Now, ego is good. Like, we have our ego that protects us, that keeps us safe, that keeps us comfortable. But then also, it keeps us safe. It keeps us comfortable. It doesn't expand us as much as we would like. So this is where the ego is pushing you, divine feminine, to give up. And the more and more the ego is getting stronger, the more and more you're feeding this wolf, as I mentioned yesterday, the devil, the ego, is getting stronger. And then you, divine feminine, in your spiritual abundance, in your divine feminine essence, get a little bit either hardened or you put up your walls again. But the thing is, the things that you are manifesting in 2022 are coming. So if you've had a bit of a break between your divine masculines, this vision is coming. So if you've manifested last year or you've manifested this year, things are coming. Last year was a big, big time for many, many twin flames to come into union. 2023 is another level. So if we thought last year was a big year for love and twin flames coming into union, this is tenfold bigger. 2023 is not over yet. And this is what the message came through. The divine masculine is going through a period of transformation and self-discovery. That they are choosing the vision. They are starting to become awakened to create their own vision and follow their intuition. Because before they weren't doing that. They were following their ego. That now the divine masculines are tapping into their heart, opening up and exploring their emotions. They're making choices about their path. This intuitive side has been instigated by the divine feminine on the outside and within the divine feminine within your divine masculine. So now there's a sense of destiny. There is a sense of divine timing. There is influencing the situation. So when the divine feminine would be going through one change and one growth on one cycle, the divine masculines are going through theirs. And that's why I said in a previous reading, give them space, let them have their moment, because divine feminines, you've been through this too. So the divine masculines are being asked to focus on one thing. So instead of those 7 of cups that keep coming out and saying, the divine masculines are now choosing the divine feminines, but it's almost saying, but I don't want to choose just one thing. I want to do everything. And that's their ego coming in. What the divine masculines are asked to do is to focus on one thing, because that one thing is your one true Ace of Cups, and that will abundantly flow. I'm getting like a champagne tower, a champagne waterfall, like that one cup that is full at the top, that's going to pour into all of these other cups. And just as I'm saying that, it's 11:10 on the clock, so it is about to be 11:11 as well. So this is super important for a lot of divine masculines who are now trying to realize it's not just about the union here. It's being asked to tap into their own self-love, tap into their own intuition, create the foundation, and using divine intervention to create the wish fulfillment. It's 11:11 now, from the 9 of Cups to actually manifest their 10 of Cups. But what does this mean for you, divine feminine? What does this actually mean for you? So, what were the other messages that were coming up? Okay, so earlier I talked about, what did I say? It was more of the case that, oh yeah, it was the Vista Pisces card. Okay, so basically the Vista Pisces card, Visita, whatever, however you pronounce it, pardon my pronunciation. This Pisces card, as soon as I saw this card, and it's been coming up in the last, I'd probably say like 3 times in the last week. Number 26, that might be relevant for some of you. But this card to me embodied the union. So this to me is twin flame union, because you've got 2 circles, and then you've got the 2 circles who kind of merge, and then within that you've also got 2 circles, and then the circle that merges. So for me, it's almost like this looks to me like the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups in one card. So when I saw this card, I didn't quite understand what it meant, but I sensed it was twin flame union. And when it came out for the first time, I was kind of blown away. So yeah, it was twin flame union, but another reader had actually posted it on the Instagram channel and broken down what it actually means. And I openly said, I don't resonate with that. And I was like, well, why don't I resonate with the actual meaning of what that Vesica Pisces mean? This is so unusual. And then somebody else mentioned it. So now I've seen it a couple of times, and I'm going to mention it to you who are listening. So if you've come this far in the reading, that means this message is genuinely for you. You are going through this phoenix rising from the ashes. You are not only going through this divine feminines, the divine masculines are going through a phoenix rising from the ashes, because you're letting go all of the old burdens, the 9 of Wands, the 9 of, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords. So you're releasing all of those energies in order for you to come together, because you are always supposed to be for union. That actually, the union isn't just for you, it's for the entire collective, it's for the world. So when you're seeing people getting engaged, people getting married, people having children, what is your response? Because if your response is, oh my gosh, congratulations, you know what you've just done? You've enhanced the vibration of love just by that thought. If you message them, you've accelerated that vibration again. So where are you in your energy at the moment? Both divine feminines and masculines, where are you? Because right now, if you are seeing people getting engaged, people getting married, people having children, these are all, it's driftwood. It's signals, it's signs and synchronicities allowing you to cultivate this love. Be happy for other people because they're raising the vibration of love in this world. So when we're raising our level of consciousness, we are separate. We are on our own without our divine masculines, even though they're within us, in our souls, we are connected to them. But what we're doing is we're raising the vibration of love, because we're not just going to come together as twin flame unions. It's going to be the difference. It's going to be a huge shift for the entire world. So the other question that I wanted to ask is, what are you doing with this love? So there is allowing yourself to be in appreciation, celebrating everyone on their path, especially other twin flames. If you see other twin flames going through this, celebrate them, because they're a part of you. You're going to feel that vibration, and that's coming to you too. And the biggest message is, again, to surrender and let go. Walk away from anything and anyone who isn't aligned to you, your future self. If there's drama, if there's unnecessary nonsense or jealousy or people trying to knock you off your game, divine feminines or masculines, let them go. They're not supposed to be in your life, but they are asking you, well, which are you going to choose? Because the divine will always give you a choice. You will always be in union with your divine masculine and your counterparts. That's a given. But what are you doing in the meantime? Are you sat there waiting next to the phone, waiting for your divine masculine to contact you? Or are you going out and living life? And this is where we're saying that the love is for a higher reason and the betterment of the world. So there we've got like the Nine of Cups and the Star and the Justice. All of them are saying that your light is being called in. You are it. You are the dream. That the divine masculine knows you are the one, and they cannot do this without you, and you cannot do it without them. But that means when you are together, there is something else that you need to do together. How can you be of service? How can you let the earth support you? How can you support the earth? How can you support other twin flames? So perhaps have a think about that one. And with all of those messages, I'm going to get some cards out and see what comes up, because really yesterday, as I was going through my mini tower moment, I went to grab my tablet because I wanted to listen to a reading without the TV being on. And the funny thing is, what I didn't see then, and I knew I'd flipped a card because my cards were stacked on my tablet, is I flipped a card, but obviously it was so dark I couldn't see because I didn't have the light on. And now I can see it in the light. It was the devil energy. It was the devil card. So really, anything that you are going through or are going through in the next few days or hours, this is all purposeful to say, look, what are you choosing? Are you choosing happiness? Are you choosing to move forward? Are you choosing love? Because love will always win. It will always, always, always win. So I'm going to get a few messages. Thank you, spirit guardians, angels, ancestors. That was a long intro for the reading, but it's fantastic that I was able to do this. So if you're still here and you're still listening, thank you so much. Comment on how you're feeling, because this was a big message. So 2 cards have come out. Obviously we've got the devil card, which is letting us know we are going through a tower moment right now. There is a card by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it is the Super Attractor deck, and it says the universe has big plans for you. It is time to claim them. You need to step into your light, because it is time. It is time for you to step into your light, to manifest your wishes, because you've been wanting this, divine feminines and masculines. As I was shuffling, I saw a card just pop out, and it says the High Priestess. Now again, I've kept the High Priestess right in front of me, and now it's come out for this reading. So I'm going to just take some of the messages as they resonate. I'm just going to do a short, how is a twin flames feeling, and what is the energy and the connection and the advice for the near future. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Cups. We've got now 2 High Priestess cards out on the table, and we've got the Page of Wands. So again, it is more about thinking on ways to celebrate. What are you celebrating? What things are you bringing about? What are the energies for the divine feminines at this time, please, spirit? Thank you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the 8 of Cups. Yes. So this basically reiterates you walking away from an old cycle, from an old paradigm into a new cycle and a new way of being. So how are you embodying your high priestess divine feminines? What are you doing to cultivate this level of auspiciousness? Because you don't have to know all the answers straight away. You can take your time with this, but make time for play. Make time for your own passions. Make time to speak your passions into this world. Now we've got what is the divine masculines feeling at this time? So the divine feminines are being reiterated. Look, everything that is happening and leading you towards union. But you just need to walk away from everything that isn't aligned with you. When I said the King of Cups are at the bottom of the deck, now we've got the King of Cups. That's the divine masculine's feelings. So when I said earlier they're tapping into their emotions, their intuition, this is basically clarifying everything that I've just channeled, because it's saying that I understand what it takes to love me and us. They're looking at the whole conscious collective of the whole universe. We've got the Death at the bottom of the deck. So, and the Magician. So fantastic. So basic. Oh, and the Four of Wands. Okay. Right, let's just take one channeling at a time. As the King of Cups is here, it's confirming that the divine masculines are tapping into their emotions and their intuition. They're allowing themselves to move through their own tower moment, get rid of temptations, but it isn't easy for them. So they are trying to make best of the situation, because the thing is, we've got the Magician here, and the channeled messages, I speak to you in my dreams, will you marry me? So the divine masculines are definitely feeling that they, in order for them to step into their emotions and their intuition, they are already stepping towards union, because they wouldn't be doing this for anyone. They're not doing this for anyone. They're doing this for themselves, for the twin flame union, and the collective. So whatever decisions, whatever actions you are taking, it's more than a small thing. And that's why I said, what is your intuition doing now? What is it asking you to do? And where is it leading you towards? So what about the advice for the twin flames? Okay. So the advice is, as I said earlier, the Tower moment is coming in for both twin flames. And now we've got the Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Yes, I mentioned the Seven of Cups in the channeled message right at the beginning. And the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Holy moly. Okay. So because the twin flames are going through this moment of awakening, of clarity, things can't remain the same. Things have to change. So what is changing in your life right now? And one of you or both of you is just needing time alone, needing time to rest, needing time to heal, needed time to process emotions, intuition, feelings. All of these things are coming up in order for you to choose again. Don't consider each other as an option anymore. Consider them as you are choosing each other for the betterment of the world. It sounds like a lot, but you know what? You're worthy of this. You are worthy of the Ten of Cups, the future together, the material success. You know, trust that this is the offer that the universe is giving the both of you. So what is the near future? The King of Wands. Okay, I'm going to get a little clarification on the King of Wands, so bear with me. So thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels. Can you give me some clarification on where the future is regarding the King of Wands? What is the reason the King of Wands is here? The Knight of Cups. So the King of Wands, now we've got the King of Wands and King of Cups, both divine and masculine energy. I feel as if this is very heavily masculine energy orientated. But they are looking at you as their wish fulfillment. They are trying to understand that you ignite my emotions, my passions, the love. So they've come so far, and now they are facing their own. We've got the Devil card now out again, but this is definitely for the future energy. The King of Wands again and the Eight of Cups. So yeah, they're going through a lot of emotions of things that they need to walk away from, things that aren't aligning with their wish fulfillment, aren't aligning with the union, because the King of Wands here twice is just saying, look, and you know, in this card, the divine masculines actually embracing the divine feminines. Usually in the kings, let's see if I can find some more king cards. Oh, funnily enough, the Tower and the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Didn't I say this? Oh my gosh, I said Tower's moment's happening. The Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords is happening. So yes, that is basically at the bottom of the deck. Let me just try and find a King card because... Okay, so the King of Cups. We've got the Divine Feminine at the Divine Masculine's feet. Same in the King of Swords. And the King of Pentacles, he's chasing the Divine Feminine. Okay, this is what I thought. I just wanted to check. The King of Wands in this card is the only wands. So in my Divine Sacred Tarot deck, he's holding up the Divine Feminine and she's holding up the Sparkler. In the Sexual Magic Tarot, the King of Wands is actually embracing the Divine Feminine. It's almost like he's just holding her to comfort her, but he needs that comfort as much as she does. So what I'm getting from this is the future energy is the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the Divine Masculine, the Emperor, know that those distractions have not served them. And so they're doing this work in order to come in to carry you, to support you. But they also need this level of support. I'm going to leave the messages right there. I hope this resonated with you. I know it was very, very different to what I normally do because I channeled first for a very long time. And I hope that these cards actually clarified that. There were some of the cards that actually we were talking about right at the beginning. So let me know because I would love to hear from all of you. I think you guys are amazing. I absolutely love and appreciate all of you. And thank you so much for being here. And I'm sending you lots and lots of love and many blessings to you and your twin. See you on the next one.